Got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy band, he told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might. So I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran, and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patients and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of the open. I can feel it, it's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go, always good vibes. Create change. Let's go, always good vibes. Change. Let's go, always good vibes.
All right, man. Good vibes, everybody. Let me turn that down just a little bit, man. Well, I'm not hearing it in the background, but good vibes, everybody. Good to be here with everyone this morning. It's Friday, TGIF, man. Thank God it's Friday. I hope everybody's had an outstanding week, man. It's been fairly warm here. It's been kind of one of those insta sticky moments around here, man. Like as soon as you get going in the morning, it's like, man, definitely thick. Air gets thick, muggy. You know, that's just the way it goes this time of year. But usually for us, it doesn't last too awful long. You know, it's kind of here for a little while, and then it mellows back out. And luckily for us, you know, we have, you know, I got an echo going on, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. I know what the problem is. I just have to fix it. That's all. I gotta stop this thing right here, right now, because I can't take that. All right, got it fixed, man. Yeah, I had a tab open in the background, didn't have it muted out. But see, that's the things that we're learning. What's up, brother Sean? You ready to come up, man? You dressed and proper? Okay, yeah, he's dressed. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Sometimes it's questionable, and I just like to make sure before I bring you up live. You know, I've learned to kind of double glance, make sure I give it a quick glance down on it. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's appropriate. I'll bring him up this morning. How you doing this morning, Sean? Have you figured out Raphael 1 or 2 yet? You're muted, my man.
Look at that. Haven't done
Oh,
that in
look
a
at that.
minute. Hey.
Hey, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
that never happens to me. That's something how it happens to you all the time, but it never happens to
No,
me.
d-
I never
absolutely.
have issues like that. But you know, I'm not comparing. I'm not
No.
saying anything. I'm just
What's there
saying
to compare to, really?
I was just
I mean,
it was part of the conversation. It
Yeah.
wasn't even like I was trying to point it out. I just was saying, you know, hey, it's always some of the bullshit that gets you, man. It's like every time I go to come in here, I'm all confident. I'm like, oh, I got this. And then I come in and it'll be like, it ain't something ain't happening, something ain't plugged in, I ain't got one of my things turned up or something. There's always some little tiny something, man,
Oh,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I don't care. It's what makes it fun live, though.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, brother Clint, man? Shout out to brother
Mhm.
Clint, man.
Yeah,
This
man.
outstanding.
Appreciate
Outstanding,
you, dude.
Hey,
Yep.
there's Jimena. Good morning.
Is
Good
this
morning.
a-
Coming in with the surprise,
Oh.
surprise.
No. you got to give us a
yeah,
24-hour alert before you change that thing. We don't know who you are.
I had to look at the picture. I was like, oh, I don't. Now there could be two. So I'm like, there could be two a minute. So I was like,
There is two. Look.
there's two.
There's
now,
a second
but
one.
I had to take a look at I had to pull it up here where we could see it. I'm like, yep, that's the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I see what's happening
Yeah.
there.
Hey, are we good for our guitar lesson today, Miss Amanda? While it's cool either which way, but I'm good if you're good. At least as of right now, I haven't had no kind of anything come up on me, but you know, yeah, that was funny. All right, cool deal. Well then, if any time this afternoon's good for me. So if you want to knock it out, like you know, depending on what your schedule is, because mine's freed up for today. I do have to go get my daughter this evening at some point, which will throw me about a 2 hour, you know, depending on where I got to go pick her up, whether it's her mom's or mama's. If it's her mama's, it's an hour and a half excursion. If it's her mom's, it's a 2
It's
hour.
an hour and a half one way?
It's well, like to her mama. No. Like to her mama's is about 40-45 minutes.
Okay. That's
And
still a
then,
good
so
track,
about an hour
man.
and a half. And then, like, if she's all the way at her mom's, dude, I can't make it in less than 2 hours because
Cool.
well, I mean, you got to stop and get gas and a drink or whatever. If I have to stop at either time, whether on my way or coming home, it's 2 hours 10, 2 hours 15 minutes. And if I got to fill up with gas, 2 hour 30 minute. You know, I mean,
that's quite a run, man. That's
it
quite a
is.
run,
It's a
dude.
run, dude. Well, I done kind of made it clear to her when we first got going. I was like, you know, it's exciting and everything. You're wanting to go down and pick them up. Well, it was like, man, you go down, you pick them up or
Yeah.
pick her up. By the time you get back, you sit for an hour or two or a few hours, and then it's time to run her back. I spent more of my time on a Sunday or Saturday. I mean, you're talking 4 hours altogether by
Yeah.
the time I go get her, bring her here, and then go back. And so now we've kind of come to the conclusion that you know, when you come up, stay for the night with me,
Yeah.
you know, and hang out, and then
Yeah.
I'll take you back the next day because
That's too much.
it's
Yeah.
too much. 4
Yeah.
hours in a day,
Yeah.
I could drive from here halfway to your house just about, or
Yeah.
I could drive
Yep.
from here to Clint's house, or I
Mhm.
mean, when you start looking at it like that, it's
Yep.
like, dang, man, that's a trek.
Yeah. I had a day like that yesterday where it was just running all over. Like, like Montreal's not the island's not that big, but like the South Shore is you know built all around, right? So just going from point A to point B, and then but you know around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock yesterday, I remember getting home and left the house like 10:30 in the morning. And I was like, holy smokes, man! Like that was That's a lot of driving, and I felt tired afterwards. It was like,
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to. I used to like driving a lot, but now it's wearing, especially with city traffic. That start
Yeah,
stop.
well, because
Oh,
it's dude, you can see where you need to get to, and it's like, man, if I could just leave
yeah,
my car parked here, I could walk up there and probably be back to my car before it went too awful far. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly,
hey, if you,
exactly.
hey, that'd be cool to do. Like, if you had one of those electric cars that drive itself, then if you're stuck in traffic, you could just be like, hell, I'm stuck in traffic. Just leave that sucker and let it ease itself up through there, run on in, target, get what you need, and meet it back up the road about eighth of a mile, man. Like,
Yeah, hope for the
it's
best.
kind of like a little parking ride situation for
Yeah.
yourself. I thought, I
I don't
know.
know. I don't know if the day will ever come where I'll be comfortable with that thing driving by itself. You know
I
what I
would.
mean?
I'd be comfortable with it driving all by itself
Yeah, but
without
not with
me,
me in
not
it.
me in it. No,
No,
sir. I don't even
I'm
like
not even a
driving with
good
other people.
passenger. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm that guy on the side. You can hear me hitting the brake. Yeah, I'll be pumping the brake.
Grabbing onto the holy shit bird.
Yeah, oh yeah. I thought everybody just held on to that. I didn't know you were supposed to ever let it go. Yeah, man. That's why this forearm's got a little more muscle. Like,
Yeah, and it's such a position to be in too. It's like clearly you know I'm not comfortable with this.
no, no. No, because I realized that when we hit it, it's just going to tear this arm off, and I'm going to keep going. But I'm going to feel better the whole time holding on.
Yeah, I always have the idea in my head that we're gonna roll enough and I'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to tuck in and just let it happen, I guess.
Duck and cover. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a
Yeah.
nervous rider, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not like a fuddy duddy. Now, when I'm driving and I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind, and I got control of things. Then there's times I like to go a little fast. But
Mm-hmm.
I also have common goddamn sense, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't want to be going fast if the roads don't call for it, or if I
Yeah.
know the road, it's like I know this road ain't worthy of
I
this
know that
speed.
sign
It's like,
says 80, but I can definitely drift it at 120.
and there's times it's on that side of things for me, but I don't trust
Yeah.
other people make that decision most times. I
Me
just don't.
neither.
Mm-mm.
I love having them in the car when I do it though.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
But yes,
Double
Miss
standard,
Minnow.
I think you call that.
As
Yeah.
far as I know, 3:30 is good for me. And now, if my daughter calls and says I need to come down at some point this afternoon, if I'm going to be a touch later getting back or so, I will let you know if I'm not going to be able to. But as of right now, my schedule says yes. And then, uh, well, like I say, the only thing that can change that up is the drive to go get Chloe this afternoon.
Yeah.
Depending upon because she had her Uncle John, God bless, he got to come home after I think it's been 6 years since she got to see
Oh
him, and it
man.
was one of her favorite people, and he got himself hemmed up and had to
Mm.
go. Some people just need a timeout, and he needed a
Yep, for
timeout.
6 years.
6 years,
That's a
I mean, sometimes I needed
yeah,
mine.
yep, fair.
So I'm just praying for him, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a personal friend of mine. I know him. I knew him before Chloe, and
Yeah.
I actually helped get him a little job back in the day. When I first started dating his sister and everything, and I believe he's a good man. And
Mm-hmm.
Chloe, to hear her talk about him, talks nothing but glowingly about him. And I realize that even though people can be stuck in addiction, that does not mean that their love isn't true and that they don't show
No,
love.
man. No.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just am, and I'm praying for him and his journey forward now that he's back out on the street. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
throwing it out there. If I can do anything to help you, if
Yeah.
there's any way that I can be a reach out person, then please, by all means, if you're going to use me in that way.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you got a lot of people that's also thinking that
Mm-hmm.
now. So,
Mm-hmm.
I know what a struggle it is, man. When you come home, you get excited and you want to get back out in the world. You feel like you've
Mm-hmm.
missed so darn much. Well, and you have. But in
Yeah.
some ways,
Yeah.
remember where you're coming back to. You ain't missed much. Those
No.
old friends are still doing the same old thing,
Mm-hmm.
probably, and you ain't
Mm-hmm.
missed. It's time to start anew, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
ease back into society, ease back into life, I guess, and let yourself have that moment of gratitude first and foremost. Man, this is my bed. This is
Mm-hmm.
my crapper. I don't have to do my business
Gonna
beside
answer
other
to
people. I don't
nobody.
have to shower with another man ever again, unless you want to. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all those things crossed my mind. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I loved it when I got home and could take a shower by myself. Like, like a true
Oh, yeah.
hot shower all by yourself, and like take care of
Mhm.
your business and actually get out of the shower, brush your teeth, and like
Not
not be
have
in
to
a
be
hurry
paying
or-
attention to every single thing that's going on around you.
Hey, because
Like,
that's the most dangerous place in prison. If anybody
Yeah.
ever wants to know, it's the shower.
yeah.
And one, natural falls. But if you get in a fight in the shower, everybody's getting hurt because you can't stand on your feet.
Yep.
You're going to fall and hit that tile floor, and then you're going to be getting scraped up too, and somebody probably pounding on that head,
Yep.
thumping that head real good for you. So it is a dangerous spot in the shower, man. Not for what people may think, like
No.
rape or something like that. I mean,
No.
maybe that too. But what I mean is just that's a spot where, like, you got, men have quarrels in the shower
If
too.
something pops up, it's gonna be rough. We'll put it
Yeah,
that way.
I mean, I really
Yeah.
don't want to fight a naked man, but I mean, I guess if I'm naked too, I guess. I mean,
Some people take it too far. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna put that
Yeah,
bar of soap
yeah.
in that towel for?
Yeah, like, I've already told the story about when I met my buddy Keith and him and that big old boy going, "You want to wrestle?"
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sure don't. No, not this guy. No, looks like I'm gonna lose from
Too
this
bad.
angle.
I'm all sunning it up.
Yeah, I was outgunned all the way around on that one. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie.
No.
So,
we can be,
miss him.
we can be friends though.
yeah. Oh man. Good morning, Mom and Missy. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good
Glad to see
morning.
you here. Magic of Healing. Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it work. Yeah, as long as you're cool with having that little bit of that leniency on the schedule, because I don't exactly 100% know what. I know I'm going to get her either today or tomorrow. She hasn't really let me know 100%, but I understand that her Uncle John just come home, and I told her not to feel stressed about, like, whatever. If you feel led to spend time with him and be there with him, then I totally support that. But if you want me to come get you, then I'll come get you. So we'll see. I guess that's what you call wrapping a dad around your little finger, I reckon. I don't know. Try not to let it happen, but I feel the knot tightening. So, oh well. Just the way it's got to be. All right, cool, Miss Amina. Thank you very much. I'm glad everybody's here. Shout out to Brother Clint. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to everybody coming in. I appreciate it, man. Getting the day going. Always good vibes with Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, I got to talk to Brother Tommy last night. He's still doing his thing. He was doing a live without StreamYard or anything. He was doing one of those, and was messing around with the shared live stream on it. And he's also going to be coming out with a new something that I'm going to let him speak on. He's supposed to be coming on today with us and going to share his new little project that he's got going on. So I'm excited to hear more about that. And yeah, what you got for us to play down here? Why don't you bring up your new song, Brother Sean? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. Which one do you want me to? The
Front
newest
to
of-
the back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
It's just a good day for it, man.
It
It's
is
Friday,
a good day.
man.
It is a good day for it when I get that Friday.
Finally, Friday, free
Friday
again.
flow going.
I got my motor running for a long week. I'll wind up with copyright on me just for saying that. Sorry,
You
scratch
probably
that.
will.
Hold it.
Sometimes
Say.
it'll like, even if you mention a couple lines or
Hey.
something, it'll be like transcript with blah blah blah. It's like,
Yeah.
what? How do you do that?
Dude,
Got
that's,
my eye on you, computer. Got my
I
eye
know.
on you.
You're not doing it. Let's see, you got it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
ready
see
to
here.
rock.
Let me,
There we go.
cool, man. This is Shine's new
All
song
right.
called Front to the
You
Back.
got it.
Always good vibes with Guy and Shine, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. TGIF, right? TGIF.
You got
Not
it.
hump day. It's
Nailed
not hump
it.
day.
It ain't hump day.
It's not hump day. That's a shame.
Unless you want it to be.
That's it.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna, yeah. Brought to the back by Shine. You can find it at Shine Dig.
Yeah.
It's about to get everybody in here, get to the front. Go to the little left and side such. Pull them up, then we take them down. But first thing, it's gotta get
Just be grateful and don't stay front to the back. Everybody saying bounce, bounce, bounce. Front to the back. Everybody's in here, y'all getting down. Front to the back. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Front to the back. Where the OGs and the women at? So, coming up, it wasn't always easy. Learned from the beginning, I was cheesy. Had to be tough as a rock. Ain't cracking, ain't getting caught. But I do my best to give back. Do my best every day that I can, 'cause I am dreamed I would be when I was 5. Said, I ain't gonna turn out like you. That internal track has got a new view. It's been remixed and it's been sped up. It's been slowed down, analyzed all of. And we had a little bit of fun along the way. But that's a lot more than I can say for how you handled yourself. Tell me, how are you doing with your mental health? Oh, here we go. We're gonna round it up and bring it back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Front to the back. Everybody else, put your hands up. Front to the back. If you're in a drug mood, then let's get wet. Front to the back. If you wanna let it all hang out, let's do that. Front to the back. We're going back like it was doing it ago. Front to the back. You wanna get down, throw your hands in the air. Front to the back. You caught on the trend, so watch you sing back. Front to the back.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of your bed. I can feel it, it's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go, always good vibes.
Good vibes.
Create change. Let's go, let's go, always good vibes. Change. Let's go, always good vibes.
Always good vibes. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like it. Good vibes to everybody, man. Glad everybody's here. What's up, Brother Sean? I see you down there, man.
Yeah.
Come on back up here with
Wanted
me,
to
man.
mention the Weeby Jammin' Saturday night.
Yeah.
I posted a thing on the community page. I think he's got a new one out for this one, but the header's there. So Saturday night, 9 Eastern Standard Time at Big Jack Story Time. Weeby Jammin'. So see you there.
Look at you go, man.
Yeah.
Let's play. Hey, let's be as we're talking about Big Jack. Let's go ahead and play Heavy Hitters Band. They were a part of We Be Jamming with
Yep.
us. We were fortunate enough to share. Actually, you know what? I can't do that, man.
What?
Yeah, I can. Right there it is. I thought I was in the wrong studio, you know, because we got
Gotcha.
3 different
Oh,
studios, and I was
yeah.
like, oh man, I don't think it's there. You know, but that's what happens sometimes. But
Yeah.
this is Heavy Hitters Band. It's one of the members is his son and Big Jack's son and
Yep.
and a friend. But this is their little song called got
I'm a little drunk right now.
little drunk right now.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-off. It's a really good song. They
Yeah.
got other stuff too, so we encourage you go support. Shout out to We Be Jamming, man. See you guys there Saturday night, 9 o'clock.
I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now, but you would never know it. I'm a little messed up, or whatever you call it. I had your number saved and I thought, well, shoot, I might as well call it. You're running still with what's your name? Yeah, sure, of course you are. See, I don't care. I met a fine girl. You already know it. I'm an undiscovered poet, performer with rockstar motives. Let me tell you something that not many people have ever noticed. But I'm scared of being vulnerable. And I'm scared of commitment, but obviously, yeah, whatever. Who is it? I bet if I called you, you'll be right at my spot in about 5 minutes. And you're going to delete this voicemail, God forbid your man think I'm in it. I'll say this, show me when I get up in it, but I'm a little drunk right now. But you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. But you would never know it. I'm a little drunk right now. I'm a little drunk right now. I know you're doing your best to, but I won't let you forget me. I know you're doing your best to, but I won't let you forget me. I want you to know I can love myself on my own, but I'm a little drunk right now.
A world where everyone belongs. In harmony we sing this song. Peaceful vibes in paradise. Underneath these turquoise skies. Hand in hand we walk as one. Feeling life like a rising sun.
Hey, I'm Tommy Kenyon, your tech content creator and digital content pro. With cutting edge AI guidance, I craft segments like interactive audio or video audio sync tutorials and more. I deliver clear step-by-step digital solutions that make your projects shine, practical, fast, and ready to roll. Hire me to bring your tech vision to life. Let's create something epic together.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of the open. I can feel it, it's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go, always good vibes.
vibes.
Create change. Let's go, always good vibes. Change. Let's go, always good vibes.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that second angelic voice was.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard there for a second. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I love
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah.
Hey, shout out
Fantastic.
to Suna. I mean, I make no bones about it. I've said
Patent
it,
pending, patent pending.
if the
Yeah.
tool's out there, use it. And that's what I made a little video about AI and whether it's a threat or not. And I don't think so.
I think it
I was like,
depends, yeah.
for me, it's like for us, I
Yeah.
think use it. Like if I need a little intro, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time trying to come up with it. If I need something real fast, like something like that, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Where I got it was actually before we came on this morning. I was watching some of this stuff on YouTube about kids, right? Like high school kids, and elementary age kids, and this kid comes on. He goes, "So I was asked to write an essay about Beethoven's Fifth something or other," and like he's stuttering the whole way through it. And then he goes, "So then I went to Chat GPT." And he's like filming this whole thing, And like right at the graduation, there was this guy like holding up like how he was doing it, like while he was on like the big, you know, like when you
Yeah.
go to like the big screens or whatever. And I'm like, I can't believe this is happening, man. Like you're not learning nothing doing that. Like,
Nah.
not, like, you know what I mean?
No,
It's-
no. On that sense, I mean, you're gonna find it's just like
Yeah.
we were talking about, like with DistroKid and others.
Yeah.
Like everybody's always gonna be coming out with, oh, well, they do this, they do that. It's like
Mm,
all there's gonna be negative in everything.
Of
You got to
course.
weigh out
yeah.
in your life where it comes in useful. Now,
Just be smart. and
kids
don't
using it
video
for their-
yourself.
but you know what? It's not
Yeah.
just the kids anymore.
No.
Like hell,
People
their
using it for their
teachers are
jobs.
probably using ChatGPT to come up with their lesson plan for the day. Let's just be honest. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
so
the amount of people since, and I'll say this because I remember it was New Year's Eve, and you know, seeing some people I haven't seen in quite a few years. There's probably about 15, 20 people at this one place, and like I heard of ChatGPT, but that's all it. That's all I knew. I knew it was some kind of AI thing. And these people, like all of varying careers, are like, you know how much time I spend with this now? How much time it saves me? I'm like, well, what do you mean? And they're like, literally ask it anything. I'm like, okay, like you ask the
Anything.
question and brrr. He's like, so
Anything.
imagine being a PR rep, which one of the guys was, and it's like, I need to take this artist, this is their background. You basically talk all the information into it, and it spits out a whole plan. He just follows the plan.
I mean,
Like, well,
I mean,
you know,
it's
well-
hard to argue with in certain applications. Like like for that right there, that little intro that we got. I mean,
yeah,
dude, the amount of time that it saves and the creativity it helps you to use
mm,
without drowning your whole world out for
Yeah.
5 hours to do it. I mean, you
Yeah.
can spend 35, 40 minutes with it, come up with a nice little video and put your promo stuff in there and put your stuff on there.
mhm.
And then you got you a nice little promo video that you didn't have to spend hours and that. God love the ones that do spend that time. Like, I respect it. But in this situation, for like this kind of stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, let's use it. But also give it props. Like, hey, man, you know,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
dude,
the
I'm
thing.
like, I'm tickled to death I even know how to use it. Like, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm winning.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah. Well, and that's a good point because like, as long as you're still using your mind while you're using the tool,
Yeah.
not just using it for like completing an assignment that may actually help you.
hey, I'm embracing it, man.
Yeah.
'Cause I think
Yeah.
when you play a game, the first and foremost thing you need to do is know the rules as
Mhm.
good or better than anybody else,
Yeah.
and
I
be able
agree.
to apply it.
Mhm.
And in this little instance, not just with YouTube, but in this world that we live in today.
Yeah.
Now, I could do the same thing for a business that I'm starting, and I want to get a radio station to give me a 30-second spot for a month.
Mhm.
Well, instead of having to hire somebody to make that for me now, and then hire the radio station to play it, I can save myself that money.
Yeah.
I can put a nice little promo that they'll feel is quality, professional. The music won't be copyright stuff that I got to worry about, anything like that. And then, I mean, it is a useful tool when applied correctly. But just like with anything,
Mhm.
it's always going to be that gray area where you can step over into like, I personally don't like the idea that the kids can use it for their school papers and I know they're not supposed to,
No.
but I wasn't supposed to do a lot of you know.
Yeah,
it-
that's true. Yeah.
So,
Looking
it's
back on it all now.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
you could tell me,
Yeah.
well, don't do this and don't do that. I can
I
tell
was just
you,
gonna run 100 miles faster towards it.
I was that student that if
Yeah.
I'd have known about this,
Oh,
then
mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'd have been a PhD at something by now.
Graduated by 12,
Oh,
doctor
I'd
by
have
20.
been Doogie Howser, MD, or something. I'm telling you, man. Because everybody been thinking I was a brainiac, man. Like, good God, this dude's brilliant. I'm like, no, I just know how to use ChatGPT and memorize it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Memorize it, man.
memorize it, folks.
Because that was my biggest problem, Sean,
Yeah.
was in school.
Mm.
I could take the time I needed to memorize stuff,
Yep.
but then the next day or two, well, that information, I just learned it long enough to get through whatever I had to get through, but did it actually apply? Some of it didn't even, I don't even, it was gone before I ever, I just memorized it. That's it. And then it went away.
Yeah, that's something that kind of like, I remember, because I remember going through trade school, and for the life of me, like, I was good at my trade, but man, like, the way they were teaching, and I mean, this was textbooks back then, right? Like, you're going through the book and you have to know the codes and stuff, and I'm like, the code book was like thick as the yellow pages type thing, right? And but I mean, you had to know it. Like, you have to know the codes, and some of them are pretty easy, but some of them ain't, and you got to know how to look them up if you have to. Well, I remember in around probably like 2005, 2006, they put it online, the code book online. It went from having every apprentice that came on the job knowing like the basis, right? So you could send them out to do something. Whereas I'd be like, okay, we got to box in this circuit here for this floor. And I come up and there'd be 30 boxes on one circuit. I'm like, your code says 12. They're like, well, I looked it up online and it said, I'm like, what did it say? It said 3 meter spacings. I'm like, that does not mean 30. Like, what?
Right. Every 3 foot. Like, I get it, man. I
It's
get
like,
it.
dude, come
I
on.
get it. Well,
Yeah.
you know, that's another one of those instances where it does dumb down
Yeah.
some, you know, like
Yeah.
for me, I'll be honest, guys, I couldn't have made that intro up in the amount of time that it made it up for me and done a pretty good job. There's no way. It
No.
just ain't gonna happen.
No.
So, you know, or anything else that it can do, like
Well,
like
because
write
I
a
mean,
song.
you have to have everything else made before you'd even start the project, right? You'd have to have the song, you'd have to have clips for the video, you'd have to have all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
And then sit down and meld
piece
it all
it
together
together.
into a. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
the video, I went to Canva
Mhm.
and just pulled up our stuff, or started pulling up our uploaded stuff that I got in there,
Yeah.
and then just made pages, and then done little effects and stuff on it along the way. That was it. I mean, it was just stuff that we already got that we've been using, but just try to do it a little different. You can throw a little something in, like your logo I did. That's a newer,
Yeah, I like that. That's nice.
logo with the back, done the logo up and then removed the background
Yeah,
for it, which
yeah.
is pretty cool with that silver.
Yeah,
you know,
I really
color.
like that color.
It was
yeah.
pretty
It's
cool.
nice.
So,
Very nice.
little stuff like that, man. You get to
Thank you.
start throwing
Yeah.
in. Yeah, oh yeah, it's yours, man. You can
Yeah, that's
do
very
whatever you
cool.
want with it,
I
man.
like that. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Lucy Warren's World. I see you there. I didn't have my comment scrolled all the way down, so I wasn't on the last. I seen Mom's last comment, but I didn't see a highlight. Yeah, I must have scrolled up at some point. Oh, I did. I know what I was gonna do. I was reading Amina's comment about I wouldn't be it wouldn't be comfortable in it. I'd be stressing. It's like when you're in an airplane. Like that's gonna make a difference if it falls. Yeah, but I'd still hold on.
Yeah,
still
of
hold on.
course.
I
Hey,
still
listen,
hold on.
I'm pretty sure that one guy who always survives was holding
Was
on
holding
to
on to
something.
And I would
Pretty
bet,
sh-
I
yeah.
would bet he was holding on pretty good too.
Yep, yep.
Hey, can you believe that dude lived through that? Did you hear about that? Where
Yes,
that
I
guy
did.
was in that plane and out of 200 and some
And-
people,
Mhm.
this guy lives.
There's
out of-
always
out-
one, like every one of these stories. There's like one, unless the plane totally disappears.
dude.
There's always
I-
like that one guy. It's like I lived in the mountains for
I
6
mean, it's
months.
just like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
think about that is the perfect spot. Wherever that spot was at was the obviously
spot
the
to be.
and it to see him like it looked like my son maybe when he'd come in from having a rough kickball game or something.
Mhm.
It wasn't like he was all marred up real
No.
bad and like laying it. No, it wasn't like that, man. He's
any
like
kind of crash I've personally been in, or I've had friends in some really bad accidents, and it always amazes me because there's always one fella. Like I remember graduation year, we used to have this road where the old airport was, and it was a single lane highway, but the road was supposed to be shut off, whatever. So young guys out, let's drag race, right? Take off down the road. something happens, like there was water at the road, like there's a low point where water could cross the road.
Right.
He hit the hydroplane. There was 4 of them in the car, and 2 of them lost their lives. One of them was quadriplegic, and he did not have a scratch, not a
Right.
single scratch on him. So like that, it's always amazed me how like, you know, like you said, especially with that airplane accident, how like everybody else died and this one guy, like you imagine after that, like what you would think and be like, I don't know, man.
I
That'd be
mean,
wild.
it turns I mean, to me, it if he honors those lives that were lost and lives a good life, then that's
Yeah.
the way you honor them and love his life from that day forward, no matter what's ever happened.
Mhm.
Then it turns what is a true tragedy
Yeah.
into a triumph. Like, man, we got one life out of this, and this, you know, hopefully that he
Yeah.
takes the little bit of fame or the little bit of notoriety that maybe gets. I hope it turns into something outstanding for him, but I also hope that he does it in a way to help, you know, push up the victims,
Memorialize.
you
and-
know,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, because he's, I mean, in my opinion, dude, like if there's anybody worthy of like wanting to hear, like I want to hear the story. I mean, I know
I
that it's
would-
trash, but like,
It's like, how, is it too soon to ask you to come on and tell us exactly what
yeah,
happened?
I mean, like I
Too
want
soon?
to be like
Yeah.
in like a cool kind of way, but like I want to know, like
What an yeah. I
like
can't
what do
even-
you remember?
Yeah, that's what I'd be curious about too, man.
You know-
Like, cause like that thing that you basically took off and then it crashed, right?
Dude, it went up and then it went,
And yeah, just alley ooped basically, ring, boom, and like you would think like that would
and
be
not
like,
into a field neither, into buildings.
yeah. Holy smokes! I
And
did
this
not
dude,
actually know.
he walked away, dude. He didn't get carried away.
Actually,
He
I was in the
walked
bathroom having
away.
a sandwich at the time and wasn't aware that
I
we
didn't
were
even know it crashed. I thought I'd had a
They just walked
thought
into
I'd
the
had a
bathroom.
rough bowel movement. Like,
And I'm known for those, you know. It's
Yeah.
like-
daggone airport burritos kill me every time.
Save my damn life, tell you that.
Like, I mean, really, it's like, man,
Yeah,
that's just
it's
like,
wild. Wow.
yeah, that's wild.
What are the
That's
numbers
wild.
on that? It's, you probably win the lottery 100 times.
I can tell you on his numbers is 99.99999. However many dang nines you want to put, he's in there.
Smokes, man.
Because that. I think there was 200 and some people.
Yeah,
that-
224 rings a bell or
something.
226, something like that. Because I remember it was first thing. It was on the news first thing in the morning, and I was like, "What?" And like,
And they didn't know that anybody had lived yet. Like
Yeah,
they didn't know yet
no,
when I
no.
first had
yeah,
heard
me,
about it.
me too. Yeah,
They
yeah.
took for granted that everybody had, you know, perished. Everybody was dead. Like, man, you know, the way it landed, it went into
Yeah,
stuff like
in
you're
a
doing 200
fireball.
and some mile an hour.
Oof, man. Yeah, that'd be
Dude.
like riding a missile and surviving. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, that's
man.
crazy, crazy,
Dude.
crazy.
I can't wait to hear his. I did.
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be
I-
interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
if he comes out and talks about it, because I understand for some people it might be too much, but I like you
Not
know,
for me. If
No,
he wants
me
to talk,
neither. I'd be
I'm
like,
here.
I'll tell you what happened, man. Like,
Hey, I'm here. I'll listen. We'll
Yeah.
all listen.
yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
that is though, man. You know that's a miracle for him. That's a miracle for him. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine, but I think that I can I can say that you know, from my angle, I could see where that would change a man's life. Like change a man's
Yeah.
perspective
Yeah.
on life. Like,
Yeah,
I bet if
those
he
are
had
what
a
they call
husband,
them.
like if he had a wife, a kid, and all, I bet he hugged him a little tighter and loves him a little
Yeah.
bit more deeply than what he ever did. You know?
Yeah, that's a life changing, pivotal moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine what it would have been like. Like, I want to know more about the story before I talk about it too much, but I don't know if he was like thrown from the airplane or he was still within the airplane.
See, now I
and,
heard
like,
some crap about like he jumped.
at the right time. I've heard these stories before. It's like, okay, you got to time the jump.
Yeah, and you just walk.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you time it
Yeah,
right,
I tried
you'll
that one
float
time
up.
out of the back of a pickup truck, like to die.
Yeah, but how do I get through the fireball in the buildings? Like, You know what I mean? There's definitely more to it. Than,
I call bull crap.
Yeah.
There wasn't no jumping involved. I'd
No.
say he jumped right in his seat and put his seatbelt on.
And held on for
Yep.
dear life, man.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you what happened.
Yeah.
And
But it also happened really quick. Like,
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
they
So,
went
like,
up.
Yeah, like liftoff is one of my favorite things, right? Liftoff and landing. So like I love her when she rips into high gear and she's going. So like imagine you're bracing back for that, and then the next thing, kaboom!
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was
you're
fast.
going, and then it
Yeah,
because
she
it
just
like
tanked.
was going up and then just went boom.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it lost.
Yeah, like it
something.
lost its lift.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that, man, is that's one of them. I always screw these companies up. What is it, Bombardier?
I have no idea. You
It's well they build them planes up here, and it's one of the two. I don't want to mess it up.
Is it in the same family as Uday Toilet?
Eau de Toilette? Yes, they probably are related. They
Okay.
operate in similar areas.
Now we're talking my language.
Yeah. And for years now, people have been coming out, like mechanics and airplane mechanics that work for this company, saying, "Hey, we're cutting corners are all over the place here, like, and like those people mysteriously disappear."
Isn't that something?
Isn't that
Isn't that
weird?
something? So what you're telling me is that they really ain't putting the air brakes on no more.
There was one guy who literally came out and said we didn't have the right metric screw for the flaps, so they used super glue.
That's the way I do it.
I'm sure that vibration at 50,000 feet.
You know what's
600
sad is
miles
he's
an hour is-
probably what's sad
Yeah.
is he's probably from around here.
Actually, I think he's from my hometown.
I bet there was a little duct tape in there somewhere too.
Oh, if man, these stories were crazy, and like there was, I don't know if you remember, but like about a year, maybe 2 years ago, it was one thing after another, and like the mechanics started getting worried because there's not just the liability, but like this is dumb. Like we shouldn't be
Right.
doing this.
This ain't
right?
good.
This ain't gonna work out in the
Yeah.
long run.
Yeah.
And it kind of went up the ladder, and all them people kind of
Yeah.
were
Not good.
retired early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They got disappeared.
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
heard of that.
yeah,
I've heard of that, a couple times.
yeah. Well,
I've never personally gotten disappeared, but
not yet.
give me time.
Give me time.
Give me time. I did disappear one time, but I kind of knew where I was at, but I couldn't get back.
I think that's more being lost.
I wasn't lost. I knew exactly where I was. It was just it was a hell of a long ways back to where I needed to get to.
Okay, fair. Been there.
Yeah, man. But that would have been considered disappeared to my people because they were like, "Where'd Guy go?"
Yeah.
I was gone for like 3
At least
days.
you came back.
I did come back. I did. I made it like an
The
old
very
stray
next
dog. I
day.
finally wound up on the porch of a friend's house, and then they let me call home, get a ride. Yeah, shout out to not having a cell phone.
Life choices make good
Yeah,
ones.
life choices make good ones. No, don't go places you're not welcome and think you are.
Don't let your only friend leave
Yeah.
without you.
Yeah, don't let your only friend go without you neither.
Always gonna get worse.
Oh,
It's
it got
always-
worse. It got worse right when you thought it couldn't get no worse.
Oh,
Yeah,
it can always get worse.
Oh, it got worse. Yeah, man. Yeah, because I tell you, when you're in the mountains, you have those.
Oh, peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally and kind of figuratively, but yeah, it had a lot of ups and downs that couple days.
You
Long
ain't
walk.
from around here, is you?
Long walk,
Yeah.
long
I think
walk.
I'll
Hey,
believe
but
it.
hey, I still say that I voted making a good choice because man, I spent that first night like walking direct. Like I knew how to get home,
Mhm.
but I knew it was a long ways no matter which way.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So when I started walking out there, I started walking towards what's considered the main drag. Like the
Mhm.
main Route
Mhm.
52 coming in and out of Bluefield and Welch right there.
Yeah.
So, but I also knew that I wasn't on the right side of everybody when I rolled out. So
Mm.
every time I heard car, every time I seen lights coming, dude, I'd get over off the road about 15, 20 feet and hunker down.
Yeah.
And then I'd wait to see them lights go, wait for them to get past me, and then I'd walk. I'm talking like a good pace walk. That first night, I covered some ground.
In all reality, though, you are hitting on something that is a pretty interesting concept and a spot I put myself in far too many times, and I'm very lucky to be sitting here talking to you about a similar story. Is that sometimes when you don't make that right choice, you put yourself in a much more dangerous situation. And pretty grateful to be sitting here and not. Also having the awareness, like, as weird as that might sound, like, in some of them states you can get yourself into, and sometimes with me you get mouthy, having that 10 seconds of, like, I've gone too far, it's time to leave now.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that voice. Always listen to that
indeed.
voice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. When you get yourself in a bind, too, I think sometimes it's also a good idea to know when you ain't got the fight won.
Oh,
Yeah. And sometimes the best way to win a battle is to just not show up. And I didn't let that battle come to me because I knew it's too small a town. There's gonna be whoever's driving at this time of night. It's probably somebody that's coming from there or going.
Yeah.
It's like I ain't gonna get caught out here with these. No, I'm outnumbered for sure.
Outnumbered, outgunned. We're
yeah.
Yep.
So I know it sounds cowardly, but honestly,
No,
it's
it's
like in
not.
my mind, I'm
No,
like,
it's
well,
not.
dude, if there's 2 or 3 of them that's in a vehicle,
Yeah.
then I don't care who you are, man. I mean, you ain't got much of an opportunity.
You ain't
So-
gonna outrun them.
Yeah,
They're gonna tire you out, and then who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
to me, it was like best bets to never be seen. So in my mind, it was like it's better off dark because I can hear. I
Yep.
can see lights coming from a long ways away, and that's what I did, man.
Stealth moded it out of. Where were
dude,
you at the time?
I was over in Anahuac, West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad you made it home
It's in
safe.
between.
Yeah.
It's in between like where Bluefield and Welch is.
Okay.
Welch, West Virginia.
Yeah.
I went over there with a buddy to shoot some pool at a little old bar. It's closed up now.
Yeah.
And I let him roll out. And in my mind it was like, hell, I'll make it.
Mhm.
Man, there wasn't nobody I knew going back to Bluefield or Tazewell. Like, he was the only other. It was like, there ain't nobody going that far. Hey, that was a done. I ain't gonna lie. That was that in looking back on everything I've ever been a part of or done. That was probably the closest I ever came to truly. I think if I hadn't because I didn't let people know I was leaving. I left incognito. Left.
Yeah, dude.
Because
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
fellas, we all would go outside around the corner there and take a leak. Smoke, whatever.
Yep.
Well, when I went out, I went outside as normally would and stood there and everything. And then one dude went to go back in. I was like, man, I'm going to go take a leak, whatever.
Dip.
And dude, I hit,
Dip out of
hit
there.
yeah, man,
Yep.
because I knew that like you're out of
It's-
towner.
Oh,
They don't like you already.
yeah.
And it's like, man, I knew, and looking, but if I could, well, one day, I'll take you and show you exactly where it was at, and you'll be like, dude, that was dumb, because
Oh
it's a
yeah,
lot-
man. Like dude.
I didn't have a ride. That was the dumb, like,
Yeah.
dude, where did you
Man.
think he was gonna go after it closed?
I used to do this open mic night thing on the island when I went back to the island quite a few years after I left, right? And it was in Charlottetown. And Cardigan, where I grew up in, is about a 45-minute car drive. And this was in the winter. This was in February. So my buddy would always bring me in. Sometimes he'd play a couple tracks or whatever, but, sometimes he wouldn't, and I'd just wait for my spot and I'd play. Well, one night I got a little juiced up and met new friends, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, just come with us. And I mean, they're like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? Why wouldn't I do this?
Why-
This
why-
sounds
yeah.
like, oh, we got more back at our place. You can come over there.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get in the place and the door closes behind you, the whole mood starts to change. It's like, come sit down here over at the table, the furthest away from the door. It's like, well, where's everything else that we said we were going to get into? Oh, it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. Now it's like, it's been 15 minutes. said, you know what? I'm just gonna same thing. I said, where can you smoke? Can you smoke in here? And they're like, no, you can't smoke in here. I'm like, this is the one time I will thank the Lord that I am a smoker. I'm like, so I have to go outside to smoke. They're like, yep. Dude, I'm not even joking. I left without my boots. I left sock feet through the snow and bolted out of there as
Hey.
quickly as I could. Like six dudes that I don't even know, and then like, you know what I mean? There were supposed to be women there. There was supposed to be the whole nine,
Right.
and that's not happening. It's like, please don't put yourselves in these situations.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well,
dude.
it makes life fun. I can tell you that. But,
It makes for great stories.
it
but
could make life short too.
it,
uh,
yep,
You know.
yep.
'Cause,
yep.
well, we don't give advice. We don't give advice. We're just
Mm-mm.
telling you don't follow us.
We're just telling you some things we've experienced.
You do what you want to do.
yeah.
But I'm
Yep.
just telling you don't want to do what I did. You know. So-
yeah.
But
yeah.
dude, but if you want to follow me, go ahead. But watch your step. I got a sign.
It's a long fall.
Like it's legit. I'm insured now.
Yeah. Oh, are you? Look at that.
See there.
Oh,
watch your step.
Watch
So as
your
long as you
step.
got one of them,
You're fine.
yeah, you're fine.
yeah.
You're
I
fine.
don't leave the house much anymore. I wonder if it has anything to do with.
I told you about that out there at the deli. They made us mark the only door that went outside
Oh,
for the
yeah.
exit.
Yeah, that's one of them lovely codes that I get paid to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
do. Oh, well, things look okay. However,
Yeah.
you're going to need a sign.
Yeah,
well,
you're gonna need.
well, why? Well, what if the power
Well,
goes out
it-
and people are
see,
in here?
We added a side door. You know, the original building
Yeah.
just had one. Just
Okay.
had one front door. Well, we added a side, you know, like a back, what we called the back door.
Yeah.
We added a door. And you know, it was like, but they were both right there. Like you got a door right here, and then 8 feet away from it
There's
they were
another
all on
door.
the same exit, like same,
Yeah.
you know, right here.
hmm
And it's like, well, there's only like you pick one of the doors, you're gonna go outside. Like,
Well,
They're right there.
statistics show people are more likely to go through the window, which is what the sign is.
that would have been my option. I'd have went right through one of them.
Bust the Kool-Aid man.
So
Oh, yeah.
it's like, man, I sure hope whoever's in here knows just to turn around and go back out if there's a fire. You know, like if you walk
Whatever
in,
happened to survival of the fittest, right?
yeah, you know, just go back out the way you came in. If it's hot, like if you feel the heat, like
We've actually had to make maps for the folks that come in.
it was funny though. Like it's like,
Turn
man, I
around,
mean, but they
walk
have
out.
these. So I figured, you know, if anybody want to follow me, they can. But I got me a sign now, so it's like
There
Just
you go. You gotta
watch your step,
You can
get
never
your-
be too safe.
you can never be too safe.
No.
And you know, I just want to make sure I'm covered, and now I'm covered. So
Good.
you
Very
know,
good. Yeah.
I feel
Well,
awesome about that, man.
I
Shout
feel
out to you.
safer that you're safer. So
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
yeah.
It's about safety.
Yeah.
Safety
that's it.
first. You got Sethy in the house. Sethy, shout out to you.
Hey,
Said
how
at
you
Shine
doing?
Dig. Hi.
Good
We got
day.
Lucy Warren's World in the house giving us the little. I don't know which one emoji is that. Which one?
I don't know
that's-
what those mean. I
don't
know there's like
either.
lots of lots of them mean
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah, I can't never tell what that. I just like to see with the different ones because that's a. You know, because you see the little arrow one or the little you know, like they got different
Yeah.
ones, man.
hmm
You know,
I can't
Yeah,
find the
that's
red
a-
finger. I like the red finger for some
red
reason.
finger.
It's been removed. It's been removed
Has it
from
been
my mind.
removed?
I don't know. Can't
I'll
find
stop going on in.
it. I put red finger and it does not come up. Not happy. Things need to change, people, and they need to start with us.
What kind of tarnation is this?
I don't know. Type in red finger, see if it comes up for you.
I just go to the emojis underneath the thing.
I can't. It's mine's
And it-
gone. Maybe I got banned.
You
got
just pull
yours?
it up right underneath of it.
No.
Go to the little smiley face that's on the little thing where you
That's
start
what
to
I
type.
do. That's what I do. And
Right there's the.
can't
I'm gonna throw it
find-
up here and see what happens.
Mm.
See, it won't let it come
finger
up.
red number 1. See? That's
Yeah,
what
it's because no,
I
I could
even
have
typed
told.
that thing.
I
and it
could have
won't come
told.
up.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Why?
It's because it's through stream. It's the StreamYard.
No,
deal. If you
no,
were-
but I mean, like, I couldn't find the emoji under the smiley face, like you're talking about.
right.
So then it says you can search for the emoji with words, and I
Right.
put red finger, number 1, right? Wouldn't come. It won't come up for me. I don't know. Maybe they banned it in Canada. Oh, maybe it's one of the new laws they passed that I'm unaware about. Yeah,
See,
there you go.
it wouldn't let metal yellow,
for
first red. It
red.
won't let any emoji come up through StreamYard.
That's weird. How'd she get hers?
I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't know. But I can't put nothing up like that through mine on here. But if I go to yours and do it, and you're not working through StreamYard, then it'll do it. I don't know why.
Let's try this. Let's see if I do it this way, just for curiosity's sake.
Like, I really don't know why.
I figured it out. Look at that, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it
Oh,
on the
now
laptop.
see, you're doing it. You're doing it. See, now if I go, let me see if I do it.
I'm doing it right on the StreamYard.
Poop. I'm gonna do a poop emoji. Let's see if it says poop emoji. No.
Yeah, you got it.
I tell you what. I know why. I know
Good.
what.
We'll figure.
I can do the poop emoji
Mm-hmm.
because I typed in the thing. But if I go to the little smiley face and pull up one of them emojis, it doesn't come up. It comes up as the, yeah. So let's see.
So
if
it's
I
a
do
code
red
thing.
finger.
Number one.
Yeah, it doesn't bring up, no.
No.
It doesn't bring up nothing on that one. Number one. No.
No.
Let's
So
do
it's the same.
smiley face. So, smiley face. Yeah, see, I can do smiley face.
Mm.
For whatever reason, you can't send the emojis when you go through the emoji side of it. But if you type in like that, like we
There you go.
did,
Yeah.
then it does. I don't know, Sean, but I've noticed that, and I don't know
Weird.
why.
Weird.
I'm bucking.
Yeah. Well,
I'm bucking.
you know.
Hey, I do like that little poop emoji, though. Tell me it ain't.
Well, since you put that up, you should play your new song. Anytime
What?
poop emoji goes up, that means new song.
Oh, yeah. You know,
You knew that.
where is Brother Will when we need him?
Yeah, exactly. Where are you, William?
Where are
And
you,
what are
William?
you up to?
Where have you been?
Yeah. Why are you so busy? How come you don't stop by anymore?
There's no reason you couldn't be here every day, all day.
Waiting on us.
Yeah, waiting
Come
on us.
now.
I mean, come on. All right, well, look, we're 17 minutes after the hour. I will play my new little song with my new
Yeah.
little video. But
Perfect.
shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. This is Guy and Shine,
Yep.
11 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all being here. Always good vibes, guys.
Good vibes.
I've been around, I've seen some things, I've moved so fast, you'd better not blink. I've lived and loved, I've loved and lost. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. I rush right home when my work day's done, so I can see you and my son. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure didn't fall head over heels in love with you. Head over heels in love with you.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go. Always good vibes. Get out of your bed. I can feel it. It's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go. Always good vibes. Create change. Let's go. Let's go. Always good vibes. Change. Let's go. Always good vibes.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Good job.
Oh man, I can't help it. It sticks in my head, man. Like, dang.
Yeah. Always good vibes, man.
Yeah, man.
You
You know,
know.
shout out to Suno. God, man, nailed another one. Whew.
Be able to put out a discography by the end of the month.
I'm telling you, we got Brian Drums in the house, man. Shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
Brian Drums,
Yeah,
man.
buddy.
Outstanding member of the community. We appreciate you, man. Awesome drummer too, man.
Very great
Appreciate
drummer.
you,
Yeah.
man. Rock on, fellas. Rock
Yeah.
on, fellas. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. He said, man, I'm watching on both channels, man. Getting a double dose of Guy
Yeah,
and
man.
Shine.
Love it.
Hey, appreciate
Love
it, man. He's a
Appreciate it.
super supporter, man, and I
Yeah.
just appreciate him, man. Thank you very much, Brian Drums. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah. See
Appreciate
Desi
it.
listening and doing deliveries. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you here too.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
We
Brian.
got Brother Desi in the house.
Yeah, Desi.
Brother
that's what I'm
Desi in the middle of a truck delivery.
saying. We be jamming tomorrow night, guys, at Big Jack's Story Time, 9 Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check that out, that's a really cool event. And I'd like to see Brian drumming on there one day. It'd be cool. Playing a
Yeah,
little bit
man.
of those songs, man. It's really good. I like watching your stuff. It's really well done.
Yeah, man. Oh, he's
Really
a
well done.
dude. Excellent drummer. Excellent dude. Yeah, matter of fact, Brian Drums, if you would be interested in having one of your videos
Mhm.
featured on Big Jack, I'm not saying this week, but what I mean is you could go and find his
His
Email
email at Big Jack
at-
Story Time.
yeah. Yeah,
And,
and then
you
he's
just
really
send it in.
cool.
Yep.
And he'll work with you and you can just send him one of your or use one of the videos you've already got, a few of them, send him what you want, and then he'll make it part of We Be Jamming, or you can talk to him about it. I'm not saying you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's on him. It's
Oh,
his
and
thing.
if you
but
want to collaborate, yeah, we're always open for collaboration.
always
man.
open for
So,
that, man.
yeah.
We can definitely do
I
that.
wrote you before. I stand behind what I said.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, he's talented, bro.
Incredibly
Hey
talented.
man, that last one that I just watched, I believe it's the one I shared to my last community page.
Mm.
Hey, it's a hard one. It's one of
Mhm.
them that's like, you know, dang man, that's next level. Like I've been around some drummers in my life.
Yep.
I've been around some
Yep.
people. I know percussion pretty good. I
Mhm.
know timing pretty good. Like I can do the basic.
Yeah, but that
And
ain't
I
like-
can keep like a a
Yeah.
basic, if somebody wanted to jam, like
Yeah.
I could keep the beat, I
keep
guess
the
is what I'm
rhythm.
saying. But
Yeah.
like, hey man, he was doing some next level crazy, not like it was like, dude, what I mean,
No, absolutely. No, like there, like you said, there's a handful of drummers, and I know, like in my entire time playing, there's two guys, and you remind me of one guy. Not to compare somebody to someone else, but he was one of the best drummers I ever had the privilege of playing with. and just the way he plays and watching you play and how your gear's set up and everything. Like, I watch all that stuff when I'm watching somebody.
Well, it's
So,
impeccable, man.
Yeah, it's just like
When you watch a
what?
playback of him playing with a song,
Mhm.
beat for beat,
So, there's nothing,
you know, symbol
yeah.
for symbol,
like,
it's like, because you could play the song a lot simpler and sound pretty good too
Yeah.
at basic, but man, he's got it all, like all of it. Now,
Yep.
see, I'm that guy that can play along with the track with. You know what I'm
The
saying?
click
Like,
track, yeah.
oh, dude, I'm that guy. Like, I'll have fun doing it. You know, I'm loving every second of it. That's all you're gonna get. If I do anything else, it's gonna mar it up.
Yeah,
Gonna mar it up.
Just
And you might hear an
stay in the
occasional
safe
bump
zone.
of the kick drum. You might hear
Boom.
that because my leg seems to stop working sometimes. Like,
Really?
I'll be doing good and then it'll stop, and I'll be like, "Why didn't you keep going, man? You supposed to."
They
It's
can't
hard
take you
to keep,
anywhere. Yeah.
dude, to keep your leg. Because you got 2 feet going, and then some of these guys got the double kick and all this crazy nonsense going on and all this stuff, dude. Like,
I knew
quit
a
it.
dude. I knew a dude who had a
quit.
24-piece set, and it was on a revolving turntable, so you'd be playing with them.
See, that's that guy that I'd like to just put in an arm bar for just a second.
Yeah.
I'd like to put him in an arm bar, not completely break the elbow, but maybe just snap it, just
Yeah,
a touch,
a little 10
stretch
minutes.
it,
Yeah.
and then let him go out. And okay, now you
Yeah.
can calm down a little bit. You see that your elbow hurts.
Yeah. I really
know.
love that 24-minute drum solo.
I love the solo. I just hate that. Just don't. There was no reason to have all that. You could have narrowed it down to 12, and I'd have still been equally impressed.
Yeah, yeah.
You
for
know,
sure.
it's kind of like Trey Hensley for me with the guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you could have done that lick a whole lot slower, and I'd have still been impressed. Why did you have to do it like that fast?
Raise
You know,
the
now
bar.
I just want to break
Raise
your
the
finger.
bar.
I love you, and I look up to you, but I want
We
to
can
snap
still
your
be
finger.
friends, but
We can still be friends, but I want to break a finger. You can pick the finger. I'm not saying I'm going to pick it. I just you pick one. Well, let's give it a quick one. I'm not going to torture him. Just a quick one.
just a quick snap. Yeah.
Quick snap, clean break.
Just a
it'll heal
reminder of
back.
who's in charge around here. That's it.
I just want to equal the playing field. I mean, I want to play too. Like, we
Oh,
all
you might
want
want to
play.
break more than one finger then.
Hey, I say it in my loving sort of way. Him and I tell you, I've gotten strung out on him. Guthrie Trapp. I love Guthrie Trapp, man, because he's just a straight up dude. He seems like he's just that guy that would just look at you and be like, I don't have to do that. You know, like, I ain't gonna do that.
No.
I like that kind of shit. I like dudes like that, man.
Yeah.
And he's got this one saying that I really liked, and I stole it from him. Don't let perfect hold good back. Now he did say that he didn't come up with it, but it's one of his. That's where I heard it. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
his-
saying it's his quote.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But-
It took a long time to get comfortable with the idea, but now, like, you look back at all the songs you've wrote over the years and all that kind of stuff, and like we've talked about it a bunch of times. It's like, man, like, you know, and what I might perceive as good or like one of my better songs, you know, typically is not the case. It's
Right.
something that other people like way more. I'm like, well,
You
might as
can't
well-
judge that like that.
No,
You can't do it, man.
No.
And you can't edit yourself to death. That's basically what I get out of him saying that. Because when I was watching one of his, I tell you, he's one of those guitar people that if you just watch him jam, now he's a great teacher. Like he shows you some stuff and he can show you some things. But if you were just watching him jam, he's so far next level that it almost is like, well, man, I'd never get like that. Ain't never gonna like it'll discourage you in some ways because he's so good. But then he shows you some techniques where if you spend the time with it,
That's right.
I'm not saying you can, but you can work to get that good because he's been doing it for years.
And
Same
you can
way.
improve upon the skill set that you have, which is something that's been, you know, I wish I would have tried harder years ago. But when you're playing constantly, like the one thing I found was like the leveling up time, right? Because you're constantly rehearsing and you're constantly playing. There wasn't much time for me to level up as a player.
Yep.
But now a lot, like, because I went back to playing acoustic mainly, and then I started recording some new songs, and I've been doing that over the last month. But a lot of those older skills that like I didn't have and required a lead for, now I know through practicing and stuff like I've learned from you and like other people I watch. So Yeah, like it's
taking basics
yeah, that's
and
it, man.
stretching it
And just
as far as it goes.
wow, yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
because that's kind of what I push on anybody that asks me is like, dude, everything I do is within, I'm seeing it within
Mm-hmm.
two patterns,
Mhm.
but then there's additions off of that pattern
Yeah.
that you begin to recognize. But the first and foremost is the basic, major run and
Yep.
minor run, and seeing it not linear
Or,
or vertical,
horizontal, yeah,
or
it's a literal
see
or
see
linear. Yeah, we want to see
linear
it
on
linear.
your, see
Yeah.
it from top to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn this closed position shape. That's great.
Mhm.
But then see that same closed position go all the way down your neck, and it's like, oh snap,
Mhm.
oh snap, I can
Mhm.
play everywhere on this thing.
Yep.
That's where I think
Yeah.
that like people like the guitarist I played with, he's dead and gone. He had my utmost respect. And he was just a dear friend to me. The few years I got to know him, but he could not. In 4 years of playing with him, and we practiced twice a week, and it
Yep.
was pretty religiously.
Yep.
But within that 4 years, he just didn't have the ability, even on one-on-one basis,
Mm.
to to make me understand things that he would talk boxes, and he would talk
Yeah.
modes and stuff, and it's like for my brain it was like, dude, you that sounds so difficult, where if he would have just broke it down, dumbed it down for me, and just showed me just a couple,
When
like,
you're
look,
here, go to here.
like this, like
Yeah.
like I showed somebody, I can't remember who it was I seen the light bulb go off, but it was like I was showing them, like, okay, you got your G open chords up here, and you hear this run. Okay, well, know that run also goes down the neck, and
Yeah.
see it like that as well. Look where you start from, and then if you just will put your pointer finger there and go 3 up, down to, and then 3 up,
And
the
walk
pattern,
and then skid across the bottom. Yeah. Oh yeah.
the pattern
Oh, yeah.
stays the same,
That's
and
it.
that's the beautiful part. Is like, okay, well, once you see that, then it's like, now just take the time and start making your bar E shape, and realize that, man, wherever your pointer finger's at when you're making that big old box shape, that's those root notes. That's the beginning of understanding how to speak with your instrument, is seeing that, okay, I can start off with that root note, but you can also start anywhere within the pattern, just
Of course you
knowing
can. Yeah.
where you
Yep.
need to be if you want to hit the chord changes.
Remember
Or
that
if
the
you
pattern repeats. You just need to find the pattern, man.
you just
That's
got to
it.
find, and that pattern, like I say, and you'll see if you go and watch Guthrie Trap. Shout out to you, Guthrie. I'm only talking good, brother. So if you ever want to holler at me, I'm a local fella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying. But anyway, and Trey Hensley, if you watch them play, they're using that a lot. I'm not saying that that's all they're using, but I can see that they're applying that, and then throwing the other awesomeness that they know in there, the harmonized sixth, and all this other stuff that they know and can apply. But it starts with that basic run down the guitar neck, and then seeing where all of it
Well, your
applies in.
combinations and the chain, like
Yup.
you can use the exact same chord progression for 12 different songs, but those licks and those runs that you're doing totally change the song
Totally change
entirely,
it.
right?
Totally.
So,
And if you land on, like, for just brain things, like
Yeah.
knowing that everything that you're doing up here in your open chords is a closed chord. The nut just takes place for what would be your finger making the bar shape. And once you understand that in your brain,
Oh, yeah.
everything you
The
do up
game
there will
changes.
apply. Everything
Yeah.
apply. I'm telling you, dude,
Yeah.
there's something about it. And this is another thing I come to realization to over the weekend. I was sitting here playing, and we all reach those points where it's like, man, everything I'm doing sounds the same. Everything I do. And I know that that's not exactly true, but when you practice things over and over again, you get in such a habit of doing things that you'll apply it more than you need to.
Yeah.
And this is the one thing that I've noticed for me that helps me break away from doing that, and that is to go back to my major scale.
Yep.
I go back to my major scale and I'll just start doing that same major scale run again. But then I'll hear it in my ears differently. I'll hear and I'll pick up something that, because it's been months since I've been back to the major scale.
Right.
It's not something that I sit and work with because it just gets old. I've worked with other stuff. I would do other things.
Yeah.
I went back to the major scale and started running back through it, and there was light bulb moments that clicked for me, even after all the time that's been spent trying to learn other techniques. Going back to that major scale and seeing it through fresh eyes and through more knowledge, it was like, oh snap. I see, like, and my fingers was ready to hit certain things that they weren't ready for maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year,
Absolutely.
whatever
Absolutely.
it is. And so for me, even after the years that I have under my belt trying to just learn about my instrument, going back to that basic major scale and applying it through educated eyes after sitting and doing other stuff on your guitar and applying other things, but then going and applying that pattern that's under your fingers. There should be a natural pattern under your fingers, but you should practice that until you're tired of it and know it. But you're going to eventually venture away from it and get doing other stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
you will.
once you do that and you start seeing yourself reaching those plateaus, you can get past that plateau a lot of times by going back to that major scale, because everything comes from it. Everything
Absolutely.
comes from it.
Yep.
The whole everything, whether minor, major, whatever. If you know the major scale, then you can eventually know everything. You just have to learn what fingers go where. You know what I
It
mean?
was actually a piano player who taught me that, and like, it's funny because like obviously I do different styles of music. If you've been here before, and yesterday I was working on a track, and I was like, that information. He was a kid. We were like 12, 13 years old. He was one of my buddies, like, who took piano lessons regularly, and he's like, piano is just the guitar. It's just
Yeah.
the same
is.
thing. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, man. So like last night I was banging around on the piano. I'm like, oh, I can kind of play this thing.
Yeah. Understanding that there's only a 1, a 3,
Yeah.
and a 5 in a chord.
Ding, ding, ding,
It's not-
ding. Yeah.
See, that's why I think that it's such a bad habit in some ways to teach people their open chords without, at the same time, applying it to their first closed position chord, the E
Yeah.
shape.
Yep.
If you're going to teach them G, C, and D here, then go ahead, get those under your fingers, but also start learning that G, C, and D is right here, and that's how you're going to apply everything down this fretboard
Exactly.
after that.
Yep.
Because you'll think, for me, for years, I thought a chord was when you strummed.
Oh yeah.
The chord.
When you play the
Yeah,
when you were shown.
you play
Yeah.
the chord. Well, in theory, a chord is only the 1, the 3, and the 5. So that means those triads are everything. It's
Yep.
not the big
That's
chord
why
that's
you can
everything.
get those wicked runs in and stuff,
Yeah.
because like those let's call them single notes as opposed
Yeah.
to full chords.
That's when it turns to an arpeggio.
There you go. Yeah.
A open G chord is nothing more than an arpeggio if you play it 1 string at a time.
Yep.
A chord is 3 at a time,
Yep.
and an arpeggio is
And
1
it
at
will
a time.
totally change the sound
Yeah.
of your song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's cool.
So you
stuff.
start adding these fancy terms to it. All
Yeah.
that arpeggio means is 1 note
I
picked
know,
at a time.
and like
And
took me
it's
like
like-
20 years to learn
Yeah,
this
me
stuff. It's
too.
like major pentatonic scale. I'm like, I
Yeah.
know it goes boom, 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 boom. Like, where else can I use this? What does it really mean? And it's like, well, it means you can use it here and here and here based
goes
off this
everywhere.
and this and this. So
Goes
like,
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It goes
If
everywhere.
someone had said that, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to keep myself in this one.
I tell you what, I think
box.
would be a killer practice, and I might just start actually seeing if it works. But is teach people and have them put their pointer finger on the nut of the guitar when they
Yep.
play their open chords, so that their fingers are ready to make the shape all the way down the neck.
That's actually pretty smart. because you're gonna strengthen the finger. Like,
You'll strengthen. You won't be able to play them very good, but
No,
you'll strengthen your
but
fingers.
it'll
And
be. I would
and-
think that would be easier than the way that I know that we kind of both learned, where it's like this was a G, and you're like,
and one other chord that I think is terrible to learn the way that we learn it is a D chord.
yeah, it's terrible.
You should learn to bar that chord and
Mm-hmm.
use your middle finger
Yeah,
to play your actual, D chord.
yeah,
You should bar it like that. And the reason I say that is because it's only I mean, once you start applying it that way, then all your runs will come right
Mm-hmm.
underneath your fingers. You won't have to relearn like
No, like
"Oh,
that
wait a
the
minute,
little
I wanna do-"
weird position they teach you at the beginning. It's like
yeah,
a B.
it's
like
not
a
a
B.
weird position. It's a D.
No, a B took me forever to learn because of the way I was taught it. Right? I'm like, this doesn't even like I can't go from here to there. And then the guy showed me how to do it the other way, right? Where you hold it down and then you
Yeah,
pull out
and
and you're right. I'm like,
But you
All right.
learned it the
Yeah.
other way, and you had
Yeah.
to relearn because that's where
right.
when
Yeah.
I started working down my neck and starting trying to figure out how to do these chord runs. That's where when they come down, they say that you have that little switch up in the pattern where it's instead of a whole instead of a half or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if you just start making that chord right off the rip by barring it and using your middle, you're already in that chord shape. by
Yeah,
the time
you're
you
not
get
having to
down
do
there.
this like
You're not going
to
to make no
that.
weird
yeah,
transition. Your fingers
No.
will already be transitioned by the time you hit that point.
absolutely.
It's the way I see it anyway. But what do I know? I'm just a
No, I agree, man. Like
Yeah.
that's something I focus on a lot now. It's like, oh, don't do that you've done a million times before, because the next time I'm either gonna push too hard or bend a string too hard. If I'm already in the right hand position, I just walk her up, walk her down, bring her back. Right?
I was so blinded to the fact it took me so long for the shape to apply in my brain
Me
after
too.
learning so much up on the open chord side and not applying it in closed position.
Yep.
Dude, my brain, there was times when I would know that the pattern is this, and this, but my brain just could not see it as an open chord.
Yep.
It's like I couldn't envision. I just could. It screwed me up. I'm not gonna lie. And the fact
Yeah.
that nobody ever told me that it was just 3 notes that we need, like those triads, man. The
Yep.
triads are where
Mhm.
your voicings are.
That's
You
right.
can know all these big open chords and box chords that you want, but the real
Oh,
voicings
man.
come from those 1, 2, and 3,
Mhm.
notes that you're. And I'm not talking just on the high string, but the triads on the low, the high, everywhere.
Mhm.
That's where your voicings and
My
all that
uncle
cool
was
stuff.
one of the people who taught me that. Like I was playing for a couple of years, and like he was always a player, but like you know what I mean. Like he didn't take it serious. He could have been good. He could see. He could do it all. But I remember sitting there watching. I was probably about 13, 14 years old, and he was doing all these things, and I'm like, what? How are you making that sound?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, it's easy. He's like, you just go from here to here to here, and like throwing his voice, like it sounded like 4 or 5 people were playing, right? And I'm like, what? So finally I kind of figured out what he was doing, and then like I remember the first time I started figuring out how to use opens, I felt like somebody from Van Halen or something. I'm like, this is amazing.
This
Yeah.
is the cool thing that I've started to realize is that when we sing in the same, our voice travels the same as if we're playing the guitar. So for example, if I'm playing in G
Yeah.
and I'm, let's say that I'm trying to think of a song everybody knows. Oh, Will the Circle Be Will the Circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. All right.
Mhm.
All right. If you sit down with your guitar and you start playing it, will the circle, you'll see that yep. You'll see that you're singing in a scale. So once you
Yeah.
know that you're singing in G, it's like you can already once it clicks in your brain, the chord change is in your voice, and your voice is in the scale pattern that you're working. It's mind blowing. It makes me just want to. I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Brian, I play the drums too, homie. I play the drums too, Holmes.
I see you've been practicing. That's
I've been
amazing.
practicing,
That's
man.
some of the best drumming I've seen in
Hey,
hours.
I tell you, I get so excited because it's like, dude, you sing, but seriously,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sing in the natural that pattern that I
Mm.
keep talking. if you just mess with it for me, you'll hear that scale in it and know, okay, well, right there's where I need to do that little run.
That's right.
And get to C, or
Yep.
do that little run to get to E, or whatever it is that you're going to.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, because your voice, you're not going, when you're singing, especially in country and rock and roll or that kind of music. I don't know much about any other style like that singing wise, but when you're singing, your voice isn't going from, one key to the next key to the next. It's in a key.
Exactly. So
And
I
then
want to
it-
accent it with all these little tiny things that I can do to really make it pop
Yeah.
right out, man.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
it's
for-
all right there.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
It
Well,
just blows
and I
my
mean,
mind.
you're showing it through your recordings too. Like, I mean, like especially the last song you did. Like, that song not only sounds good, but like I said before, if I can feel it, you know what I mean? You got me. And that's, I think, one of the hardest things to do with any kind of music. It's like, can I get a feeling across through this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It
So,
is. It's
Yeah.
it's
Which is-
hard as a player and a singer because you're trying to learn both. And I say, just if you sing, you're already singing. And then to start hearing your voice within the instrument, your voice will tell you when to change that
Oh, yeah.
that chord. When you're
Yeah.
playing and everything, it's like somebody else wanting to play and sing. Well, once you have those chords under your fingers, then you'll hear, like,
Mhm.
singing, and then it goes to the next chorus, and it's like, okay, it's like, and once again, it comes down to the major scale and learning your chord families.
Absolutely.
Learn your your relative minors, and learn the musical alphabet, and
Experiment
apply
with
it
them.
apply it under
Experiment.
your fingers, and
Yep.
it will come to you. Good morning, everybody. It's Guy and Sean, 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. I guess it's afternoon now.
Mhm.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all being here. We got Gen X. Good afternoon, Mama Bandy. We got Mom.
Yeah, get out.
Most of the really talented people I have known are their worst critics. Yeah, like the two of you. Yeah, indeed. Well, but I
Yeah.
also think that's what steps our game up too.
Yeah, I agree
is-
with that. I say the day I stop criticizing myself is the day I stop playing, because,
Yeah, because I strive to be better.
yep,
Each-
than the
each-
song before,
than
or
the-
whatever it might be. Yep.
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 Yeah, and it's drawing this line. It's an imaginary line in our brains for those of us that'll let perfect hold good back.
Mhm.
It's drawing that line as to, now wait a minute, I've done the best I can.
Mhm.
I'm happy. I'm gonna
Yep.
put it out.
Yep.
And there is a thin line there, because you'll
Yeah, there
get
is.
you'll
Yeah.
edit yourself to death. But
Yeah.
shout out to Jersey Love Steph in the house. Good afternoon. Good to see
Appreciate
you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. She says, "Hey, Tommy and Guy." Well, Tommy was gonna try
Hi.
to come on with us, but I'll be Tommy today, and
I'll be Guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't
Huh?
care. Just don't call
No.
us late for dinner. That's
Yeah,
my
it.
motto.
That's the only rule.
You can call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner, and we'll be happy.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you,
Yeah,
Jersey Love Steph.
absolutely.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here. We thank all of you, man. It's already, dude. See, we get started talking about music and things like that.
The
Been a
time
great
flies.
conversation, though.
Yeah.
All the
absolutely.
way around. I think for all of us that maybe have things that we do in life that's a life journey, such as an instrument or other things.
Whatever.
I
you do,
think
yeah.
when we reach those plateaus, sometimes the best way to get past that plateau is to go right back to the basics
Mhm.
and look at it from fresh eyes, and look at it through educated eyes that you didn't have when you first looked at it, and see what is exactly going on. And I'm referring to guitar, but that can go to, if
You
you
can
play
apply
pool,
that to anything
if
in
you
life.
shoot billiards,
Yeah.
and you learn to do certain little things, and you learn to do them. Okay, well, the things that maybe you get past that you don't really practice a whole lot because you think it's second nature, you reach that point where it's like, okay, well, what do I practice? Go back to the basics and start realizing
And
what you're
watch
actually
what you
doing.
learn again, or maybe understand for the first time. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Mo-
Yeah,
the
very
mother-
well said, man.
What,
Very well said.
what is that? The mother Evan Catalina wine mix. I guess that's his way of
Prestige
bleeping.
worldwide.
That's his way of beep. That's oh, that's
Clean the wine mixer.
yeah,
Don't
man.
fuck this up.
Yeah. I wish I had a little way that he could just chime into our ears and
He can.
say the things that he's wanting so we could hear it.
Yeah.
You know,
Just pop him up randomly every time he's got
maybe give us
something.
a 5-second delay so we can choose. Well, you know, like, you know.
He's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah, he's cool.
I'll roll
Oh
the dice.
man, dude, hey, he's one of them people. We got on the phone the other day, and I gave him one of them Irish goodbyes. I think we said goodbye. I think we said we're gonna get off here about
Oh, the
15,
45
20
minute
different-
goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd remember something I wanted to talk to him, because it's like I've been wanting to talk to him and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, you get started and you already know that you're talking to somebody that speaks your language. You can say things the way that you
Yeah.
always say them, and they're going to pick it up. They're going to
Yeah.
know exactly what the hell you're talking about. So shout out to the Mother F and Catalina wine mixer. Shout out to Brother Clint. Shout out to Jersey Love Steph. Man, appreciate you guys. Miss Amena, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Brian Drums, man,
Yeah,
always a
keep
shout
on
out to
keeping
you,
on,
bro.
man. Awesome job. Thank you.
Absolutely. Keep doing you and keep doing your thing, man. We're all impressed. Most importantly, man, we just appreciate you being part of the community, man. Thank you. You lift us up, man. So
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
do.
Brother Desi,
All
same to
do.
you,
Yeah.
man.
All you do. Yeah.
Same to you, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate you being part of this community. We appreciate you being here whenever you have the chance, and just keep doing you, man. You're a huge part of this thing, and we appreciate you. Brother Tommy, I guess he wasn't able to come up in the house this morning. He could have, though.
He's a
I
busy
mean,
man. He's a
I
busy,
told him that if he
busy
needed
man.
to, you know, if he
Yeah.
wanted to, he could. But
Seriously, he's
just
doing a
know
lot of
that the
stuff.
invite was always open, Tommy. I hope he knew that. Was he ever down in the bottom? Did he ever
No.
come?
No.
Because I know how I am. I get started, I may not even see him down
No,
there, man.
no. He wasn't there.
Okay.
That
Well,
was-
good deal. Good deal. Shout out to Brother Tommy.
Yep.
We'll see you Monday. You know you're welcome on anytime. Brother Gen X, I'll be hollering at you too, man. Here, well, I might holler at you this evening sometime or whatever, but be in touch, man. Holler anytime. We
Yep.
appreciate y'all being here.
We be jamming tomorrow night at
we
Big
be
Jack
jamming.
Story Time.
That's
9
right.
Eastern Standard Time. Be
That's
there.
right.
If you're not there, you better be dead. Or worse.
Or worse.
Good vibes. Happy Friday,
Yeah.
guys.
Happy Friday. Let's see what I got pulled up down here first.
Yeah.
Get us an intro. What you want to do as the last song, man? Want to do Silly Girl as the last song? Let's load up Silly Girl. That's what
Dealer's
I'll-
choice, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll load up Silly Girl, man. That's what I got in here. That's what I'm gonna go with, man.
All right.
That's what we're gonna go with. So shout out to everybody. Miss Amena, I'll be seeing you around 3:30, unless I email you. Otherwise, if I got to roll or something, if we got to play with that schedule, we will. But either which way, guys, y'all have a great afternoon.
Yep.
Good vibes. Have a great weekend. This is Guy and Shine 11 to 1, Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Always good vibes, our friends.
Good vibes, guys.
It's for you, sweetie. All right.
Where did you come from, silly girl? I know I just met you, but I can't seem to get you out of my head. Out of my head. My favorite song was playing, and you were shaking your hips with little invitation. We were locking lips, and know that I'll never forget you, no matter how hard I try. I can't even find a pen so I can see you again. You gave me your poison, and I breathed you in. And just like my favorite things, you disappear in the end. find you in the crowd of faces. Then out of nowhere, you appear without one question. Yeah, we disappeared, and know that I'll never forget you. No matter how hard I try, can't even find the words to tell you how much you blew my mind. Gave me your poison, and I breathed it in. But just like my favorite things, you disappear in the end. The end. The end. It's just the beginning. Well, you know I won't forget you, no matter how hard I try. I can't even find a pen so I could see you again. Give me your poison, and I breathed you in. But just like my favorite things, you disappear. Yeah. The end. The end. The end. True story. I hope you're still out there.